Shalom people, this is Brother Laos coming at you with another video. In my last video I was talking about the Astaroth worship being everywhere, and I have since seen some more things in the news that kind of bringing out more of what I was trying to state about the fact that, you know, Astaroth and Baal worship go hand in hand. But just like the book of Revelations talks about, that the woman riding on the back of the beast, which Astaroth was the woman that rode on the back of the bull Baal, because Baal was a bull god, you know. He was going to throw her off and ravish her and just burn her and trample her down, because whatever it is that he needed done with her being the focus of a lot of people's adoration and worship, he was going to take that energy that she had garnered up, and because he didn't need her anymore, he was going to throw her away. Well, England had appointed a woman named Liz Truss as a female prime minister after Boris Johnson resigned or lost confidence of his party. And she, along with her finance minister, who was a black man, an African man, to try to get the British economy out of the stalemate that it is in, had proposed to do these massive tax cuts for ultra rich people. Well, of course, the markets and the British people were, you know, just totally up in arms about that. And also what it did, it caused the British economy, which was already weak, to start to topple. So what she did, she cut, or rather fired, the finance minister, kind of blaming it on him for putting forth the idea, supposedly. But you had to sign off for it. But thankfully the public did not believe that, and subsequently they're telling her that she has to go, that they don't need her services right now. They're in the process of electing another prime minister. Either it's going to be Boris Johnson, and they got these other two. But the point is, you're seeing this thing of these the feminine being put forth, but once the system, which is the beast system, is done with them, it's basically casting them aside. And this is what we must be understanding of in these times. Not just females, of course, because you do find that there are some females that, you know, they do you know, different things in different areas that we as men are not good at. I would never say that a man would be the head over a woman's college, or a man should be head over certain units within different institutions that are particular to women. I think women definitely should head those. There's no doubt about it. But for the most part, what you have seen is, if they have put any woman in charge of areas that traditionally were for men, that there's going to be a lot of input from the men going into what that woman is doing. Case in point, you see all the problems that we as black people, as Hebrew people, have had with the matriarchal system since we have been here in America, involuntarily, of course, in slavery, because we definitely couldn't have no cohesive family structure back then because of the buying and selling of our people. But even after we got out, that you would find later on during Jim Crow and other places where black men's lives were, they were being thrown in prison for the smallest thing, that you found a great fragmentation of the black family, and that even after that era, what you have found that black men being present in the home has been very, very shaky, and that for the most part, since we have been here in America, that the black female has been the de facto leader of the household, where we and no sweat against her, because somebody has to do it, right? Somebody has to do it. But we have seen the outcome of this. We have seen the infeminization of the black man, where now most of them don't want to get married. They want to be whoremongers all their life. You have seen that even in the realm of religion, right? That in particularly Christianity, that there has been a lack of male presence in in the thing called the black church, and I can attest to that when I was uh, part of that. But one of the things my wife used to always complain about was, man, why is it that everything that is getting done, everything that is pushed forth is being pushed forth with women? Case in point is that most of the churches were made up of women, right? Now you might have a pastor that's male and the deacons, but even we have seen in the last some decades that even that has changed. That you basically, there have been a multiplicity of female pastors, and that was again a offshoot of the fact that if there is no men there, or that the men that's there are sullied and feminized, because they're just coming to be part of the church because they want to have all these females to themselves. Then I mean the de facto thing is gonna be that you're gonna get women that's gonna become pastors. But like I said, we've seen the end result of that is that our thing of this thing called black culture here in America is just totally unstable. Now you have black men hating black women. You got black women hating black men, because one thinking that the other one is trying to be masculine, and the other one thinking that the other one is feminized, and he don't have no power, and it's just totally, you know, uh, just falling apart, right? The whole thing is falling apart. And now, and the fact that you see this stuff that's going on down in Georgia with Stacey Abrams basically, saying, well, you black men, you need to show up. If you don't show up, and I don't win, it's your fault or whatever, because you don't want to support the black women. But the black men saying, we're not trying to support some woman that's trying to be emasculating of me and trying to be all masculine and all these different things. And it's just a mess. But this is all I said. Like I said, it is in the word. You can see it. That this whole construct, right, of everything will fall apart and bring in a antichrist, the final antichrist figure, because we have had many, but this final antichrist figure that's gonna come on the scene, because he's got to try to come on the scene before Yeshua comes and rule with a rod of iron. He has to come on the scene, and he's gonna promise everybody everything. He's gonna promise the men, I'm gonna put you back on top where you need to be. Women, I'm gonna push you here. We're gonna have a homogenized society. Why do you think they're doing this trans thing, right? Why do you think they're trying to do this polyamorous thing? They're trying to say the only way this thing is gonna be able to work out is that we get rid of male, we get rid of female, we get rid of child, we get rid of animal, and we just make it where you can be whatever you want. Let's get rid of black, let's get rid of white, let's make this homogenized kind of thing, right? And that's why you have when people are writing you now, they have to put what pronouns they want to be um, talked to by in front of their name, all this kind of stuff. This is what their solution to this thing is going to be, is a homogenized society. But before they can do that, they got to get rid of, like I said, the female. They got to get rid of the feminine principle. They got to get rid of the male principle. They got to meld them together, right? And this is why you got this push for that. This is why, even though you got people that's living on the street, the government has enough money to turn around and pay for these different ones to get these changes of their anatomies to what they think they're in their mind that they are, that they, because the push is to bring in the Baphomet. And if you've seen the Baphomet, it is a homogenized hermaphrodite. It has, the head of a goat, it has the breast of a woman, it has the male and the female parts in the middle, right? And so this is what they want to bring about. They want to bring about this. And with them now, with technology where they can do splicing and different things like that, which these things have been going on probably, I would say, we know that there's nothing new under the sun. That this stuff was probably being done before the flood. There's no doubt about it, with the Genesis 6 thing, with the sons of Yah mating with the daughters of men, that they did this through the angelic, but now they're doing it through technology, and that this is what they want to bring in. Now, of course, all the world system is not going to participate in it. That's why they're trying to, delete certain populations that they see are not going to be embracing it. They want to delete these populations, right? And the ones that's left is going to be the elite mind thinking, right? And also, let's throw the technology in there, that they want individuals to be able to have that connection to technology. That's why they will bring in the chip and everything, so you can have limitless access to information, just like Satan promised Eve, ye shall be like gods, right? That you can actually be able to download, just like in a Matrix movie. But of course, they're not trying to give this technology to everybody. They want it to limitless. And this is why you're going to see these wars, you're going to see these disease, right? That those that don't want to participate in it, they're going to say, well, then you're a useless eater. And so it started with the male-female principle, but the devil, if he have his way, right, he wants it to end with the Baphomet. Now, remember what I stated. Everything that Satan and his followers do is in reaction to Yah. His reaction to Yah is that he knows that Yeshua is coming back. He's going to have his armies. He's going to conquer the world and all these things. His thing is, I got to get me an army together that can fight against that. So I got male, I got female. How can I need to bring everybody on the same level in order to fight against the forces of heaven that's going to come. So I got to get rid of the male. I got to get rid of the female. I got to put them together. I got to throw the animal in there some kind of way. I got to throw the technology in the way. And if you look at some of my videos in past, I talked to you about how the United States Special Forces were doing some experiments with soldiers to try to give them the sensory perception of dogs, to be able to see at night, smell, and all these things. It's here, people. It's here. It's here. It's here. They're trying to bring about the Baphomet, right? In order to do that, like I said, they must get rid of the male and the female principle and make it as one. This is why you're seeing this push in this area, right? And they're diverting funds to this. This is why you're seeing the push in the military with this. That's why you're seeing it push in the elementary school. They're telling you, oh, it's nothing to see here. You people are panicking for no reason. We're not trying to indoctrinate your children into being polyamorous and being confused about what they are. They want to bring in confusion so that they can steer everybody in the direction that they want to go. All you have to do is read the excuse me, the reports on the prisons now, where they're sending those that are trans, that's not even fully being augmented yet, into female prisons, right? Notice though that they're not doing the opposite with the ones that's female, that's trying to transition to me, that's not fully transitioned. They're not doing that for obvious reasons, because it's easier to do it that way, but the other way. But again, all of this you can see in the Bible. The Bible said that the Antichrist, the final one, should have no desire for the natural use of a woman, right? He ain't gonna have no desire for that. Quite frankly, he ain't gonna have no desire for no sex. It's not about the sex in the end for them. It's about being able to put an army on ground that's gonna be able to fight against Yeshua and his forces. So that's what it's about in the final outcome. Did you notice this? Wars, excuse me, wars every day, every way you can. There has not been a time, it seemed like, on this planet that there has not been some kind of conflict, some kind of war. And now with the internet, television, everything, they can broadcast and push it. And we're living in a war-minded society. Fight, competition, everything, testing, see who's strongest. This is what we're living in. And again, like I said, the uplift of the feminine is not needed anymore. It's not needed anymore. They're gonna get rid of it. I'm telling you, they're trying to put a neutral. They're trying to put everybody neutral in here. And so again, we got to be prayerful. We got to know again that Yeshua is in control when he comes with his rod of iron. But they're trying to field an army that's going to be able to knock him out the sky. But in particular with this stuff that's going on with the asteroids and all these things that they're doing, all of this stuff is tied in together. But what we got to do again, we just got to keep praying for the Most High, Yeshua, to come back. We got to pray for unity amongst the tribes, and that the Most High will continue to wake us up. So with that, I'm going to ask you to give this video a thumbs up. I'm going to ask you to subscribe, and I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Be blessed.